Okay, you dirt bags. What just happened on Wall Street? Markets went from dump everything and buy canned beans to we're back, baby, in less than 24 hours. Did the Fed pivot? Did Elon say something unhinged again? Or did Trump finally put Jerome Powell in a headlock? Well, we can say yes to at least one of those things. Let's unpack all of today's chaos, including why the market ripped higher, who's buying behind the scenes, the Tesla earnings facepalm, and unusual options flow and dark pool bombs, with finally why, yes, Bitcoin is the main character right now in its hero arc, I guess we could call it. But let's go ahead, spread it like some butt cheeks, and dive straight into it. First things first, the S&P 500 saw a 2.5% jump today. The Nasdaq ripped some ass with a 2.7% gain. And we also had the Dow Jones Industrial even getting in on the fun with a 2.66% gain, or a 1,000 point jump, baby. Let's go. But why did this happen, you're probably asking? Well, reason number one, the trade war de-escalation, kinda. Apparently, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent told investors behind closed doors that the U.S.-China tariff standoff is unsustainable. That's DC speak for we're tired of this mess too. So it's kind of like when your parents are dragging out a divorce. You're like, can you guys just do it already? Jesus. But there's a plot twist. He also said talks haven't even started. So basically, the fire is out. Oh, wait, never mind. We still don't have water. So it's like they put a fire out without water. Now, granted, they could do it with chemicals, but still, you get the point. Now, reason number two, Trump versus Powell, episode number 56 dropped. Trump is still trash tweeting Jerome Powell like it's 2018 all over again. And now there's open speculation about him firing the Fed chair because nothing screams investor confidence like turning the Federal Reserve into the apprentice. You fired. And the reason number three and final reason is the IMF now expects the U.S. to slow to 1.8% growth next year. With the tariff bow on top, investors are reacting to YOLOing into gold, Bitcoin, and commodities faster than your cousin at a casino after 2 Red Bulls and some Jack and Cokes. Now, speaking of chaos, let's talk Tesla. You know, the EV company that's also a government department, apparently. Tesla missed on revenue and earnings. Revenue came in at $19.34 billion versus $21.37 billion expected. EPS flopped harder than a catfish episode, or you meeting your catfish online dating person finally. EPS came in at 27 cents versus 43 cents expected. And the used car values falling like Tesla shares year to date. They're down 40% year to date. But the stock rose over 4% in the print. Why? Probably because Elon didn't tweet anything too crazy for 48 hours, and that's a low bar these days. Now, in other news, Biden's tariffs on Southeast Asian solar panels hit over 3,500%. Yes, that's not a typo. The sun-powered stocks, they went full Icarus. FSLR saw a 10.5% jump. Nova saw a 12% jump. EDG or SEDG saw ENPH, ARRY are all green on the day as well. Guess it's not just Bitcoin catching fire. And speaking of Bitcoin, while Wall Street was panic puking and Powell was ducking tomatoes, Bitcoin just vibed over 91K. Now why? We have a weak dollar. We have the Sell America trade. Rate cut speculation, and no, it's not following the stock market like your boomer uncle says. Bitcoin is acting like the anti-dollar, anti-Powell play. It's not risk here, and it's not a risk on or a risk off. It's risk whatever I want at this point. Now, let's go ahead and head over to Investor Central Club, our favorite flow analysis tool, and talk about some of our options flow on the day today. So when we dive into this here, when we look at our big money prints for today, let's go ahead and format this by premium. So some unusual call outs that we had on the day today. We had Wolf with a $3 call that kept hitting down here, as you can see. and it had a huge premium and aggressive buy blocks, which equals a bullish signal. And to be specific, we had 1.5 million dumped into Wolf today, folks. So we had some big money coming into Wolf. MSTR 385 call block down here. We had 1.63 million for 10,000 contracts at $1.63 average. Someone's front running the Bitcoin move. Tesla, we had puts that came in for 502 at the 195 level with a 355 average, giving us a $676,000 premium. Puts are flying in before earnings. Clearly, someone is hedging, and it looks like it's paying off because Tesla's currently down 0.4% at 5:06 p.m. Eastern. And then big call buyers with 132K contracts, not your average retail ape either. And that qual contract is going to be down here. Moving on. Some of our top dark pool prints for today. Let's go ahead and take a look at those as well. We had SMCI with an 872 million. No, we did not have that. Hold on. Okay, so some of our biggest orders today were VMBS with an $856 million block at the 45.55 level. We had QQQ with a $444 million print back to back here, right before the close as well. Very interesting hedge. GLD is nearly 2.4 billion in inflows right now. And gold bugs are back in charge. And on the flow scanner highlights down here, let's go ahead and look at our flow scanner. Some of our big guys for the day today, GLD and QQQ had dominating, or not QQQ, but Tesla had dominating call flow for the most part. Now, granted, Tesla, it was just edged out 15 against 12. GLD had 241 million in flow. SPY actually finished third today in flow, which is shocking because usually that's our front runner, our top dog right there. Tesla's getting love again, but puts are climbing, so it looks like people were not too confident, and based on the news we just reported, we can see why. And also we had some massive QQQ dark pool activity, which isn't shocking because we also had 77 million go into puts with QQQ. So no shocks there. Now, here's the translation for the vibes today overall. Let's go ahead and get into it. Market sentiment, risk on, but don't get comfy. Trump Powell drama equals a volatility bomb waiting to explode. Big money is still loading QQQ, GLD, and Tesla. Yes, even after earnings. Key levels to watch here are with the S&P 500 back above 5,200 for support. QQQ, we're looking at 445, and Tesla needs to hold 230 or it's going to get spicy, boys. Key themes today too are tariff tantrums aren't going away. Fed independence is equal to a big risk at this point, and gold and Bitcoin are the breakout bros who are just helping hold up the market. So, are we in a new bull cycle, or is this just a dead cat bounce with gold teeth? Let me know in the comments. Are you buying the breakout, or are you shorting this pump? Now, comment below, is this rally the real deal, a trap, fade everything, just QQQ things, or Powell's revenge arc is going to start? And hey, if you found this breakdown useful or at least mildly entertaining, hit that like button harder than Trump hits tweet storms. Smash subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's chaos recap. Until next time, keep your stops tight and your sarcasm even tighter, and I'll see you in the next one.